today I was scrolling YouTube and I saw this video on the side. It goes, I have a PhD in mathematics and I cannot solve this. Here's Elon Musk. Anyway, so let's take a screenshot of this. And as you can see here, the initial video length was 18 minutes and 15 seconds. And I think that's insane to explain something so simple. So let's get right into it, right? So we have our dog, right? We're going to call that height D, right? We don't know what the height of the dog is. And we have our height of the board B. We don't know either. So if you're familiar with algebra, you know this is a system of equations, right? Now, before I get into the system of equations, let's try some simple intuition, right? The dog plus the board is 300, right? And if we subtract the dog's height from the board, we get 200, right? So my first guess is that the dog would be 100 centimeters, right? But let's try that really quickly. 100 is here, and this is 200. So the height of the board is 300. And then if the height is 300 here and this is 100, 400 does not equal 300. So it's not 100. Now, here you would probably move to your system of equations, but our next guess would be, okay, so if we have this plus this, right? So dog plus board equals dog plus board equals 300, and we know the board minus the dog equals 200. That means that it has to be somewhere in between, right? So our next guess could be like 50, right? Okay, so 50 subtracted from this, right, would mean that the board is 250, right? And then 250 for the height of the board plus the height of the dog, which is now 50, and we get 300. Boom, we just solved it. Using some simple intuition, we know the dog is 50 centimeters tall. Simple guess and check. Okay. Now, let's get to the fun part I know you all came here for, system of equations, right? Okay, so we know the height of the board is equal to the dog plus 200, right? And we know the height of the dog, we don't know, right? But we know that 300 is equal to the dog plus the board, okay? Now, since we are trying to look for D, we want to substitute in values that would have only D as our variable, right? Because we have both of these equations. So what we can do is solve for the height of the board in terms of D, which will allow us to then have a system of equations which we can solve for with one variable. What we can do is substitute this into here. Because we said that the height of the board is equal to the dog plus 200, we can literally say that 300 is equal to this little section here, the dog, sorry I drew that arrow to the wrong spot, the dog plus the board, which is the same thing as D plus 200, which means that the height of two dogs, sorry for my terrible handwriting, I'm not used to writing with a mouse, two dogs is equal to 100. We can divide both of them by 1/2, both sides by 1/2, gets us 50 equals one dog. Now, the other method we could do is Desmos. Desmos is kind of like our intuition. It just does a whole bunch of guess and checking until it finds the answer that gets it right. So we'll say y is the height of the board and x is the height of the dog. And then we'll say we have 300 equals y plus x, board plus dog, and then see where it intersects. 50. Boom, that's our answer. 50 is the height of the dog in terms of x, right? Because I said x is the dog and y is the board, so the board is 250. Now, if you're taking the SAT, another good trick is instead of doing this, you can set the two equations equal to each other like this. Let's see here. To do what I did in the system of equations, we can substitute y for 200 or x plus 200, add x, and boom. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you found that helpful. Comment down below if you have any thoughts or ideas about this video. I love to talk about math and stuff like this, so I'll probably respond. I will be recording more music videos, more videos like this, more 3D rendering videos, more programming videos in the future. So, yeah, stay tuned, and I'll see you all in the future.